Okay, so item 15, quarter one performance report. And you wanted to have a few words to that, Brian and Matt?
Yes,
Yep. So thanks
please.
for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we've moved on really from the FY24 results, and thank you to the councillors who were able to attend the CCHL AGM, which was held at the Town Hall. That was a really good old-fashioned public meeting, and I was really pleased that there was such good engagement, and people had the courage to come and ask some tough questions, which is what public accountability is all about. So I think we can be pleased that we've made that opportunity available, and we'll certainly continue to do that in the years ahead. It's been a period of change the last little while for CCHL. We've appointed Matt as the Chief Executive, and we're looking to bed down a lot of the work program that was underway but incomplete, and Matt's now got his hands firmly around that. Matt was already in the business, so was able to take up the role from the 1st of November and is putting his team in place and progressing the program of work. You'll know that we're putting a lot of emphasis on strong connections across the group, and I'm pleased to report that the reciprocity around that with the subsidiaries is strong. We've had and are seeing very good alignment across the group, very good engagement with the chairs and the chief executives, and are encouraged that that's going to provide the foundation for strategic alignment and ensuring that there's no surprises to CCHL or through us to you. Mm-hmm. We're also just bedding in the recent subsidiary director appointments, and we're taking the time to invest in their induction processes to ensure that they have a broader understanding of the group's objectives and the commitments that we've made to you and the expectations that you have of us. So Matt will take a little more time to talk to the financials, but I can confirm that we're looking to pay a dividend to council of $20 million next week, and we're very pleased to be in a position to be able to do so, and that's in line with the SOI objectives. And at this stage, we're not seeing anything that would see any risk in the full year dividend either, but we do note that some of the businesses operate in a pretty dynamic space, so but what we're seeing at the moment, we're reasonably confident that we'll be able to and in a position to pay the full year dividend as well.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. As Brian alludes to, it's early days. It is Q1. It's not our seasonal peak for our businesses, but we're broadly tracking to where we'd expect to be at this time of year. Profit of 27, and for the group, on our way to our target of 96 for the group. But yeah, it is an encouraging start to the year. Certainly is. There's the challenges in the businesses, and we tend to focus on the challenges and sort of less so the highlights. But it's broadly consistent with matters I've mentioned here before. The domestic passengers at the airport continue to be a little bit soft as a result of those engine issues. The city cares probably seeing some pressure from a central and local government space, desire to pull back on expenditure in the fields of work that it currently undertakes. Enable is experiencing an element of churn within its customer base, and that's just the competitive pressures from alternative internet technologies. And year on year, the LPC volumes continue to be pretty soft. The container volumes aren't where we'd like them to be. But that's an industry issue. It's a sector issue more so than an LPC specific issue, where there are just still challenges in that supply chain, where running that business in an environment where ships just don't turn up on time because of factors X, Y, and Z further abroad, makes it a very difficult business to run. In terms of non-financials, the programs are underway with respect to FY25 in terms of Te Puna Manawa, Women's Leadership Program. The first module was completed, and that had a focus on confidence, courage, and connection. And we had over 100 attendees at our latest Women's Network virtual workshop, and the group Te Reo lessons continue to be absolutely oversubscribed, and we continue to offer more of those. So Yeah, it's early days, but very encouraging in terms of where we're sitting at the end of Q1. Thanks.
Great. We've got questions. You'll move. So Mayor will move. I will second this. Are there any questions from anyone? Councillor Hanson?
Yeah, I was just wondering, a number of the initiatives we're just told will be done at year end, so we don't really have any sense of performance. In particular, I was wondering, for example, if you take LPC, the target around engagement score, and that's just on page 405. Do we know when they do that engagement
Yes.
survey? So, like, there must be a date by which the survey comes out. Would it be possible to get information as it comes out rather than wait to the end of the year?
Certainly, we'll look to update the report as soon as it's done. The engagement surveys are done across the group and are done on a different basis, varying from weekly to annual, depending on the organisation. I'm not exactly sure of when LPC actually undertakes it. And I guess in general, we've got to move to try and get as much on a quarterly basis as possible and move away from the very static annual reporting that some of these metrics are aligned to. So wherever we can, we'll look to evolve to quarterly reporting where it makes sense.
Thank you. I think it would be helpful for us to also see the trends as well. So just having the target being met or not actually doesn't give us the trend information. And so if the people one, for example, is trending up or down, it'd be quite interesting for us to know. So if that was possible, that would be appreciated. Thank you.
Any other questions? No. Okay. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Anyone against? It's carried. Great. Thank you. So now we'll move on to the CCHL draft letter of expectations. Do we want them to sit back?